How to be different from the competition?
See, I think competition is something which is there in the industry, in our industry or in any other industry. The first and the foremost thing is probably to identify your strengths and your weaknesses, and definitely take your strengths and use them to the utmost level so that you capitalize on that. And your weaknesses, I think you should identify them, work on them, and get better on that. In my case, I wouldn't say it was my strength, but definitely it has been useful to me because I graduated in fashion designing, and today, as a stylist, sometimes we get certain costumes which have to be created, which are not easily, you cannot find them in the market. So in that case, I am aesthetically, I've been there, I know, so I have that power to, okay, if this is not available in the market, I can create it. So that is probably my strength. So I think the youth should understand that, strive to understand what is your strength and use it.
How to keep someone's personal style intact when styling?
Well, first of all, I think it depends on who you're styling. There are certain people who really want to experiment, and then there are certain people who do not like experimenting that much, and definitely like a person like me, I do like experimenting, but I would like my own style not to be lost. So in a situation like that, I think it is nice to know what is there in the trends, but definitely, for example, if it's a black t-shirt that makes somebody happy, so use that black t-shirt, capitalize on that person's self-style so that becomes a brand tomorrow. And if today, for example, if I'm styling a celebrity and I know his or her style is like this, so I know for a fact that when I'm styling that, I keep that in mind that, okay, maybe this is the denim that he likes to wear, this is the fit. So probably that could be a color, that could be a fit, that could be a brand, but definitely keep that intact so that you can capitalize on that, and then that name, the brand name, that is when you actually have your own style that is created.
How to promote yourself as a brand?
I think social media is really helping everybody a lot, and it is in a very good way. The entire world has become one market. People in different countries can see your work on Instagram, on Facebook, can contact you, can like your work. So that makes a lot of difference. You can, of course, there are PR agencies. There are so many things that are going on. So that is one thing. People should be aware of these programs. There are different companies that are even educating you on how you should promote your startup business or you as an individual. So, all the youngsters should go in for such things. They just teach you things.
How to get started in your styling career?
Well, how to get started in your styling? I think in any career, for example, you need to, first of all, you need to understand what is, where do you want to be? Are you aesthetically inclined towards design? Are you aesthetically inclined towards fashion? Because I think, especially for styling, people think that they mistake it to be a very glamorous world, and it's nothing. A stylist job is probably just go to the market, pick up some clothes, shop for themselves, and come back home and style them. But it is not at all that glamorous. You need to have a lot of patience, and you need to understand what the business is all about. So I think the youngsters should not choose their profession just looking at the outer perspective. Study it, understand it, know what you want to do. First of all, have 2-3 choices. And then before kickstarting, you need to understand what are the pros and cons of that occupation that you are choosing.
Can you tell us 4 personality traits which are a must-have to be a stylist?
Okay, the first thing is definitely confidence and self-belief. You need to know that you're good and you can, do what what you're doing and you can do it well. Second is patience, because you need to hang in there. There are days when everything is not going to go your way, so you have to hang in there. Patience is very important. The third thing is to your own probably anger management, because certain times there is so much stress that you cannot handle it, and that is not good. So as a professional, it's very important to always be calm. It's not important that each time you're in the perfect frame of mind and the situation is also in your favor. So definitely stress management, anger management is the third characteristic. And I think the fourth point could be your right attitude, because if your attitude is right, you can make any negative situation positive. So yeah, definitely that.